Thank you, Chris. 2 seconds and I'll share my screen. Hopefully you can see my screen. Is that all coming through?
Good. Yep.
All good. Hi, everyone. My name is Amy and I joined Esri UK in 2024 on the grad programme. So this is a bit about how I got to where I am and what I've been up to in the last year and a bit. So a bit about my background. I've always been fascinated by natural disasters and understanding the patterns that shape our world, which is why geography quickly became my favourite subject. So I chose geography, biology and art as my higher level subjects for the IB diploma while I was at school in Malawi. And as part of that, I did my extended essay on looking at the main impacts of anthropogenic climate change on the Lake Chihuahua ecosystem, which was really interesting. And then I moved all the way to the UK, where I did a degree in human geography and economics at the University of Reading. So in my second year, I completed an intro to GIS module, which sparked my interest in spatial technology. And although this was the only GIS things that I did at uni, it helped me secure a placement with a consultancy that uses its own GIS software. So then after completing my placement year and graduating the year after, I returned to the same consultancy for about 3 years. So my role as a traffic order support and GIS technician involved managing maintenance contracts, drafting legal documents, updating maps for councils, while also supporting other ongoing projects. And although I gained valuable experience, I realised the traffic order wasn't really for me, which is sort of around the time that I saw that Esri UK were advertising their grad programme on LinkedIn. So figured I had nothing to lose, so I applied and hoped that the rotations would help me explore different departments and discover what I'd like to do. The application process, which Chris has also mentioned, and I'm sure Claudia and Addie will go into a bit more detail, involved submitting a CV, cover letter, an online interview, and an assessment centre day at our head office in Aylesbury. And I'd also like to highlight that while Chris and I sort of zigzagged our way to the grad programme, a lot of our colleagues started straight after uni. There isn't like a super set path on getting onto the grad scheme. Is sort of dependent on the person. And so here are some of my highlights. So this is my lovely cohort, and these are the rotations that we started in. So I started off in tech support, which was a nice introduction to the business and gave me a chance to develop my problem-solving skills while also learning about our products. And then about 7 or 8 rotations later, this is where we are all at the moment. So I'm in professional services, where I work with customers on projects that help them make the most out of ArcGIS across their organizations. And so far, I've been testing apps built by the team to see if they work or if there are any bugs that need to be addressed before they are released back to the customer. I've also fixed and updated multiple live customer dashboards to ensure that the customers can still use them as intended for the work that they do. During the product comms rotation, you get a chance to build something to go up on the Esri UK map gallery. It's a great chance to get creative with your cartography skills. And if you haven't already checked out the map gallery, I'd highly recommend it. My colleagues have created some really cool maps and apps. So for mine, I used Model Builder in ArcGIS Pro to do all of my data cleansing and analysis. And then most of the cartography aspects were also done in ArcGIS Pro. And since I hadn't really used ArcGIS Pro since uni about 5 or so years ago, this was a great learning experience for me, as I didn't know how to do any of this beforehand. But there are loads of incredibly smart people at Esri UK that are always happy to help out. So my end result is this bee map. So I got data from the Bumblebee Conservation Trust's Bee Walk survey, which is a bit of a mouthful, and created a time-enabled instant app. I was also lucky that my marketing rotation coincided with our 2025 annual conference in London. And that gave me a chance to get involved in the behind the scenes, sort of help organize aspects of the event. It's insane the amount of work that goes into these massive events. So it was really cool to see. I even contributed some content of Globee that was on our LinkedIn page. And if you haven't been to our annual conference before, it's a great way to see how GIS is being used in a variety of industries. It's a free event and it is in May next year. So definitely check it out. I've enjoyed demonstrating different aspects of our technology to customers, both during my pre-sales and internal sales rotations. It's been a great way to showcase how our products can meet their needs, as well as talk about best practices. Last month, Claudia and I attended a STEM women's career event in London, which was great to network with students and recent grads to share an insight into GIS careers at Esri UK. So hopefully some of you that are on this webinar met us there. It was a great day. And Claudia also highlighted some of these at the start, but there are other things other than the general day-to-day work. So we have a couple of corporate social responsibility days a year that we can use. And this year I helped the Vale Countryside volunteers get black poplar cuttings from a nearby park with some of my colleagues. A few of us like to play paddle after work. There are other sports. I think Claudia had a photo of the football team. So there's loads of other sports and activities going on, and you can always start something up if you're interested. We often attend industry events to connect with customers to showcase how our software can support them. And recently we visited Ordnance Survey to catch up with their graduate cohort and share experiences. So we did a fun workshop where we used some of their data and our software to create some apps. And this month we launched our Winter Movement Challenge to encourage our colleagues to stay active and make the most out of the daylight hours during these colder months. And that's just to support both our physical and mental well-being. And so a colleague and I are using Survey 123 to collect the data and track our collective progress on an ArcGIS dashboard that we've built, which has been really fun to do. And I guess the biggest question I have and that people are asking me at the moment is like, what am I going to do next? So after the grad scheme, I'm not entirely sure where I'd like to end up, but rotating through these different areas of the business has been invaluable, not just for my technical skills, but also soft skills. I've also thought that networking across the teams has been incredible. It's helped me learn from different perspectives and understand how the business fits together. And as Chris and Claudia mentioned, the grad program, there is a permanent role at the end, so that is really nice and reassuring. But yeah, I'm still deciding which department I'd like to join, but these rotations are definitely helping me figure it all out. And yeah, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if you have any questions about starting a career in GIS or the grad program. I'm happy to answer any questions.